What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. I hope you're all doing well out there. And today I thought I would do episode 2 of Retrospective and Memories, where I talk about in each episode a favorite movie of mine, really, the horror movie genre, but, cult films as well, cult classic movies, but mostly horror movies. And with each episode, I dedicate that episode to one movie. And I like to talk about the first time I saw the movie, what I think about it today, and sometimes I like to throw in extra things, just surrounding the movie, the physical media formats of the film. I do live streams. I also do just videos like you're seeing right now, where I record a video and I post it. That's what season 2 is going to be about. Is going to be a balance of live streams covering, favorite movies and also, videos. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Stay tuned because I do have a live stream, at least one right now planned for, I believe it's February 19th. I could be wrong, but it's going to be with the Rad Pack, which I'm really excited about. Very, very excited to have them on. And we're going to be talking about 1988's The Blob. I am so excited for this one. I think all three of them are awesome. Garrett, Mel, Justin, all of them are fantastic. Their YouTube channels rock. I will try to leave their YouTube channels down below. If you guys do not follow them or subscribe to their channels, definitely do so. But I'm looking forward to chatting with them and talking about one of my favorite remakes, one of my favorite horror movies, and that is The Blob. So stay tuned for that. I will have more info as the month goes on, but really looking forward to talking to the Rat Pack about a beloved movie. So very excited about that. But today we are talking about a sequel in a franchise. I've already talked about one of these movies in a franchise before, but it's a bittersweet video just because we did lose this actor and stuntman. But he is or was in two of my favorite films in this franchise. I've talked about Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers already a few months back, but I want to talk about Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and I'm dedicating this to George P. Wilbur, who played Michael Myers in both Halloween 4 and The Curse of Michael Myers, because recently we lost him. He had passed away, and he'll be forever missed. He was and will always be one of my favorite actors and stuntmen who portrayed the Shape, Michael Myers. And we were introduced to him in 1988's Halloween 4, again, The Return of Michael Myers, the year I was born, the month I was born. So that's another cool reason why I love this movie. But yeah, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So this film came out 10 years after Carpenter's movie. Of course, we had Halloween 2 in 1981, and then we had Halloween 3 in 1982. And when Halloween 3 came out, that was the film, which everybody knows, does not have Michael Myers in it. They were trying to go a different route, different direction with the Halloween franchise. Pretty much every year, there was going to be a different Halloween movie with a different theme. Michael Myers in Halloween 2 was gone. They weren't going to use him anymore. And then when Halloween 3 came out and the film was poorly received and didn't do as well as the studio wanted it to do, they decided to go back to the Michael Myers format and do Halloween 4. This time around, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill were not a part of the franchise. We would not get Carpenter until David Gordon Green's Halloween. So that was a very, very long time before Carpenter ever returned to the franchise. So Halloween 4 was given to Dwight H. Little as the director. And you had the late and great Mustafa Akkad, who, was a part of this franchise from the very first movie up until Halloween Resurrection. He had returned to the franchise. And, he was such a big supporter of this franchise, loved the franchise, loved Michael Myers, loved the character, and wanted this character to keep going. And in this movie, you had the return of Donald Pleasance, who, rest in peace, fantastic actor, not only in this franchise, but so many other movies. But you had some new characters. You had Danielle Harris, who played Jamie Lloyd, Ellie Cornell, who played Rachel, Kathleen Kidmont in this movie, Sasha Jensen, Beau Starr, just to name some of the actors, the new familiar faces that we had. And the movie took place in Haddonfield 10 years after the original. And Michael Myers is returning to Haddonfield to go after now his niece Jamie Lloyd after, Laurie Strode had supposedly died in a car accident. So yeah, Halloween 4. This is a film that I feel like, people love it or don't love it. It's one of those movies where I've heard friends either say that they love it. It's one of their favorite ones in the franchise. And then I've had friends say it's not one of their favorites and it ranks low on their list. But it isn't a movie it isn't a movie that gets hate. This is either a film you either love or don't love, but I don't hear a lot of people say that they hate this movie. In my opinion, it is definitely one of the best in the franchise. This one ranks in my top 4. Definitely top 5, obviously, but top 4. So it would be Carpenter's Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O, and Halloween 4. And then wrapping up the top 5 is Halloween 3. But Halloween 4, I have always loved this movie. This was one of the films, though, in the franchise that I saw kind of later on in life. I saw Halloween 5 before I saw Halloween 4, and the reason why I wanted to see Halloween 5 is because of that original artwork with Danielle Harris, kind of in the shape of the knife, and Michael Myers on the one side of the knife. Absolutely loved that artwork. So when I watched that the first time, I was very confused of what was happening. I didn't know these characters. I didn't know what was going on. And it was because those characters were in this movie here. And this was one of the last Halloween movies I saw in the franchise. I think before, obviously, the Rob Zombie movies, I had seen a good majority of them. I think Halloween 4 was, honestly, the last one in the original 8 movies that I had not seen before. So, when I saw it, I loved it right away. And over 20 years later, I still love this movie. I think it's, again, one of the best ones in the franchise. Some of the things I love about this, I have always loved the Halloween atmosphere. I think it's one of those rare films in the franchise that really captures the Halloween atmosphere. And I think it's perfect in this movie. I also love the opening. Again, we're talking about the atmosphere in October. The opening credits are amazing. And this was something different that we had not had before. Halloween 2 or Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 had similar opening credits, just a little bit of a difference there. Halloween 3 had a great and eerie opening credits, but Halloween 4, out of the opening credits that we've had, is my favorite one. I think it stands out definitely as the best opening credit sequence that we've had in any of the movies in the franchise. And I absolutely love it. Very unique. Again, great Halloween fall atmosphere. I love the score during the opening credits. I kind of like that, just silence there, but you hear a little bit of wind or that score playing. Very eerie stuff. I love the town of Haddonfield in this, and they shot it in Salt Lake City, but it really does feel like, that small town, Haddonfield, Illinois feel that it has. And I think it really captures it, and it captures that small town feel, the everyday people that you would see out and about, people that, everybody pretty much knew each other type of feel. And I really love that. I think that is great. Again, talking about George P. Wilbur as Michael Myers, I said it in the beginning, he is and will always be, was and will always be one of my favorite stuntmen and actors who portrayed Michael Myers, portrayed the shape. Halloween 4, despite the mask, which I think the mask is okay. It's not one of the best, but it's definitely not the worst one. But the way he moved and the way he walked in this, the way that the shadows would light a scene that he was involved with was really creepy and very eerie. And the scene that really pops out to me is when Brady it meets his demise. And that way that was lit, the way it played out, the way that they played off each other, Sasha Jensen and George P. Wilbur, was very creepy and effective. And of course, you have, Kathleen Kidmont's kill, which is one of my favorite Halloween kills in the franchise. That is, again, another, great eerie kill, and Michael's presence in that scene is very eerie. The rooftop scene, one of my favorite scenes in any of the movies in the franchise. I think that is great. The school scene is great. And of course, you get the iconic and classic ending when, you think that the spirit of Michael Myers has now been passed down to his niece, Jamie Lloyd. Obviously, in 5, that was different, but it was a great ending and something we had never seen in a Halloween movie up until part 4. So that was great. I really liked that idea of it passing on to him, but of course, Michael came back in Halloween 5, which I have no problems with because this is my favorite franchise of all time, and the Shape is not only one of the scariest characters we've had in movies, but one of my favorite characters. Movie came out, was a huge success. It had been a very long time since we had a Halloween movie, especially with Michael Myers, and it was a big success. And, one of the groundbreaking movies in the franchise. We had, hits after this, especially with the new David Gordon Green films, but Halloween 4 for the time, especially in 1988 when we had Friday the 13th sequels, Nightmare on Elm Street sequels, and now we had Halloween return to the big screen. For 1988, that was a really big deal for a movie to be very successful, especially when the 80s surrounded a lot of slasher movies and subgenres within the horror movie genre. This was great. I mean, this was a huge success, and, it lives on today. Again, I don't really hear people say that they hate this movie. I hear either people say they love it or they don't love it but like it. And it gets that reaction. And so, I'll take either one. I don't think this is a film that deserves hate. There might be some people out there that hate it, but I don't think it deserves hate. I think it's definitely one of the best Halloween movies we've had in this franchise, and I absolutely love it. And again, going back to George P. Wilbur, fantastic. Not only in this movie, but in Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. He is scary. He's a great presence in those movies, and he's definitely going to be missed. So this is where George P. Wilbur, rest in peace. You will be missed by many, many people, not only in the Halloween fandom or, within the Halloween fans, but within the horror movie community. So Halloween 4 there, I absolutely love it. And now I want to go over some of my physical media that I have of this movie, or have of this movie. And I have, collection packs, I have box sets, but I really just want to cover standalone releases of this movie. So obviously we have the 4K Blu-ray right here, which I love what Joel Robertson did with the artworks. I think it's fantastic. And then, of course, I love that original artwork. If you're going to get any release of this movie, this is the release to get with Halloween 4. Let's go over, start kind of in the, from the very beginning. Let's talk about some VHS tapes. So I have 2 different editions of this movie on VHS. You have the original CBS Fox edition, which I love. I never owned this until recently when I got it from a friend of mine, and I just absolutely love it. I think it's great. And then you have the Anchor Bay one, which, absolutely love. So honestly, the first time I saw this movie was on VHS, and yeah, again, still love it today. Then you have the original Anchor Bay DVD of Halloween 4. Which at the time was really cool to get this because you had a 17-minute documentary. And when documentaries came out then, it was a really special thing because it was a very rare thing that we would get special features of a movie. DVD came out and DVD was loading, special features with these movies. But like a film like Halloween 4, prior to this, you really didn't know too much about the movie. And so to get that, 17-minute documentary with the cast and crew coming back and talking about the movie. It was really cool to get, and Anchor Bay did such a great job with this release, and I absolutely love it. And then in 2012, you had the first ever, at least here in the US, Blu-ray of Halloween 4 with that really cool, fiery, orange, pumpkin-looking cover there. And this is pretty much bare bones. Again, you get some bonus features, but for the time, this was really cool. This was really cool to have. And I really like it. I don't watch it a lot, but it's cool to have. So a lot of nostalgic stuff there. And then, without a doubt, one of my favorite things in my collection is the Halloween 4 DVD limited edition tin. So obviously these were limited, minus 725 out of 40,000. So pretty cool there. Very neat. And I also have the Halloween 5 one, which I love. But it came with tiny booklet, the index of the movie. And then, of course, the DVD on the inside. So very, very cool. Once again, absolutely love Halloween 4. I saw it later on, after all the other, the first 8 Halloween movies. This was one of those, last ones that I saw of the original series. And, while it is one that I saw later on, I loved this movie. I loved it from the very first time I saw it, and I still love it today. If you've never seen Halloween 4, if you're hesitant on watching any of the movies, say if you've only seen, maybe the first 2 Halloween movies, maybe H2O, and the David Gordon Green movies, definitely go and check out some of the other Halloween movies. Halloween 4, for the time, was a big success, and it was something that brought a franchise back to life after the franchise, almost died. I love Halloween 3. I've always loved that movie, but, that was the film that almost killed this franchise. Do I think it deserved it? No. I think Halloween 3 is amazing, but it was that movie that almost killed this franchise, and then they brought Michael Myers back in Halloween 4, and despite what people think of it, again, you might love it, you might not love it, you might hate it, it was a big success for its time, and it still holds up today, in my opinion. So that is going to be episode 2 of Retrospective and Memories on Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned again towards the end of the month, the Blob with the Rad Pack. I'm looking forward to that. I love the live streams, and many more videos to come within this series, season 2 of Retrospective and Memories. I will do live chats with some guests, and I will do standalone videos like this. But I have a lot of movies that I want to do and talk about, and season 2 is going to be pretty awesome. So I hope you guys enjoy what's to come. I hope you guys enjoy everything that is to come on the channel. I have a lot more videos that I want to do, so stay tuned for that. But as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles. Go eat some Skittles. And so much love to you all. And remember to always be yourself, because you are amazing and you are beautiful. Don't change who you are, and I love you guys.